Hello, English Journal readers, and welcome to the August edition of English Journal's Ask Kimberly. This month, we have a great question. Reader asks, I have some people on my team who don't get their jobs done, but they make excuses all the time. What can I do? How discouraging. I know how discouraging it is to work in a group like that. People making excuses for poor performance, that's playing helpless victim. That's not taking responsibility for what happens. Of course, it's easy to blame other people and the situation, but making excuses further weakens us and decreases our professional power. The fact that you're the manager of the team means there's hope, right? It's your responsibility, and you have the authority to change the situation. So let's explore a few things that can be done. First, look at why do people make excuses. I find that there's a couple of reasons in corporate environments. For example, one, they're afraid they'll be blamed for mistakes or failures. Now, if you want innovation, if you want creativity, that's risky and there will be mistakes. And as long as people are doing their very best to explore new possibilities and make new and more exciting mistakes, they should not be blamed for them. The second reason is they feel powerless to deliver the results required of them, either because they don't have the money for the budget that they need, they don't have the tools, or sometimes they don't have the skills necessary. So either they're afraid of being blamed or they feel they're powerless to deliver the results. So how can we help them? First, you have to avoid the blame game. The first thing that happens when something goes wrong, who did it? Who's responsible? Blame that person. Of course, the next time, they'll know the safest thing is not to do anything. Because if you do something, you're bound to make mistakes once in a while. So never play the blame game. Never. Instead, when expectations are not met, you should work with the other person and say, okay, here's what happened. Here's what we expected. There's a gap. Do you agree? Help close that gap so that next time you won't be disappointed. And you might find out there's some other reasons why expectations weren't met that you can do something about. But beware of bureaucracy. Some organizations, they're so determined to make sure this same mistake never happens again, ever, that they put these enormously bureaucratic processes in place. Now nothing can happen. Everything requires 10 signatures and 3 forms. It's just too much to prevent any mistake. Instead, you need to create a culture that celebrates risk-taking and values learning from mistake-making rather than being a bureaucracy. Another thing I'd like you to think about is fish can't climb trees. Einstein supposedly said, everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish negatively because he can't climb a tree, he'll think he's stupid. So maybe you're not matching your people to the tasks and responsibilities. Maybe their jobs are really not a great match for who they are as a professional and their experiences. So you need to figure out, how can I put each person in a position where they can be successful, where they're motivated to be successful because they have the knowledge, skills, ability, and interest. So make it safe for your people to openly share their excuses with you. Instead of finding it annoying, you should embrace them and say, thank you so much for sharing your excuses, because those excuses are opportunities. Each time they tell you their excuse, that's a chance for you to eliminate that excuse from ever being used again, working with them to remove that reason why they can't get their job done. In fact, I would even suggest put a sign at your desk that says, I am in the business of removing excuses. Bring your excuses to me. Give a prize for the most excuses. Okay, it's kind of a joke, but you get my meaning. Their excuses shared openly with you give you the power to change the work environment. And each time you remove an excuse, they'll be more free to succeed next time. Now, no matter what the cause, you're the leader. So you have the responsibility and you have the power to make a difference in this situation. Two most important things you need to do as their manager is to remove obstacles to their success and provide resources they need to be successful. So please start finding and eliminating excuses as quickly as possible. And I would suggest you start with your own reasons why you cannot transform your group into a truly cohesive, supportive, unstoppable team.